Brannon, talk to me, brother.
What can I say, Tel? I said earlier, nothing but a win suffices, and we didn't win the game. So
Why didn't you win it today? In your opinion, what wasn't quite there for your team?
Well, the performance was a lot better, and Giuseppe's probably right about the Odegaard thing. I knew that Odegaard coming in would make us look better, no doubt about it, because that's what we was missing, a player who could pick up them, spaces in between the defence and pick little pockets, and the press as well was what we was missing from not having Odegaard in the team, having somebody who could press. For me today, it's Gabriel Martinelli. People talk about the goal that he scored, but what about the chance he missed in the first half? What about him not tracking his man in terms of Pedro Neto and allowing him inside, which ended up resulting in Chelsea's goal? Gabriel Martinelli, we have to have tough conversations about this guy, because he just, you can't call it bad form anymore. It's just, he's getting worse and worse and worse. And I think maybe in the summer we need to look to move him on. But does Arteta get any credit for today? No. Why should he? Today for me is just more proof that Mikel Arteta is not the guy. Because anybody can stand there. Me, Egal, Giuseppe, any Arsenal fan on the planet can pick Arsenal's best 11. Where you earn your money as a manager is when you haven't got your best 11, when you haven't got the players available to you, when you need to think about doing something different in order to pick up the points, in order to get the results. And again, Mikel Arteta, when he's got his first 11 available to him, fine, fantastic, brilliant. Arsenal can perform. We probably should have won the game today with the chances that we had. But when he's not got the players available to him, that's when performances like Newcastle happen, performances like Bournemouth happen. So for me, that's more proof that the manager is just not the guy. The title, I think, is pretty much done. I mean, it's 9 points. It's mad to say, because we're only in November and it's still early, right? And we have had some tough fixtures, but I just look at the way Liverpool playing at the moment. I think we're in a top 4 race, personally. I really don't see performances from Arsenal consistently that show me that we can make up this 9 point gap. Yes, we got the opposite end of the spectrum, where you got Manchester City dropping points in 4 games, but the thing with City is they've been there, done it, won it. I don't think they will win it this season, because I don't see them going on a mad run in February, March, April like they do. Because I just look at their squad and they look tired, they look old, they look not refreshed. But Liverpool, I don't know what it is about Liverpool at the moment. They're kind of reminding me of Arsenal of 2 years ago. Arsenal 2 years ago, playing some really, really nice football, went 8 points clear with 8 games to go. And that's kind of what Liverpool are reminding me of at the moment. The only difference between them and us back then 2 years ago is they've actually got players in their squad that have been there, done it, won it before. So I at the moment, maybe they could slip up, but at this moment in time, I think we need this international break to really get our heads together and think about, going on a run. Like Giuseppe said, we've got 10 games coming up now. Every single one of them.
Dubai trip is planned already or not yet? When is Dubai trip?
Dubai trip. I don't think we've got one of them this year, because we can't win the dog, bro. He won't go on a plane, so he's this year. But look, I don't know what to say, Tel. I mean, I'm not part of Standard FC. Obviously, I agree with a lot more of what Standard FC have to say, right? But I also agree with Egal and what Egal had to say earlier on, a few games ago, which is a League Cup and an FA Cup is not enough. After 5 years, yes, we'll probably celebrate winning the trophy, but after 5 years and all this money spent, a League Cup or an FA Cup is not enough for Arsenal. We have to win a major honour this season. I think the Premier League's done, so that leaves us with the Champions League. And if not, the manager has to go, bro. We can't keep doing this.
Do you know what? Do you know what, Brand? Look, I actually agree with a lot of what Standard FC say. By the way, it's just I like to play with them, right? I like to have a little bit of fun. What I find interesting about the whole conversation is, look, if you don't think the manager's ever going to be able to win you a major trophy, then there's nothing he's ever going to be able to do that's going to make you happy. That's what this conversation boils down to in the cold, hard light of day. And if you're someone that really thinks he's going to get you over the line, then you'll probably put up with a little bit more going wrong because you believe the good times are coming. And I just think it's like most things in life. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's a right or a wrong opinion per se. Okay. I think that some of the Standard FC guys are far too harsh. And I think some of Arteta supporters, he could be here in 10 years with no trophy and they'd still back him. And I think that both ends of that end of the spectrum are crazy. So I think that there's got to be a balance to this. There's no doubt about it whatsoever.
Terry, could I go next? I just want to say to the Chelsea fans, congratulations. You guys are coming. You guys are going to be here for you guys are building, and the quality and the gap in quality over the last couple of years was visible. Today, you came up with a game plan, and you couldn't really see too much of a gap in quality when it comes to the players. I felt like your midfield was looking solid. I felt like your attack was always one pass away from.
Don't steal Hussam defeat when we play them.
Glazing, Egal, glazing.
Don't steal Hussam.
Let him cook, man. Let him cook.
I don't know what you guys want. You want me to come here and diss your team after I get a job?
Yeah, that's what we want.
That doesn't make sense. The reality situation is you guys did well neutralizing us. You guys did well in your attacking phases. You look like the more threatening team at times even, and you guys were on top of the game. I'll give you guys credit. Cucurella, yes, he had Bukayo Saka in his pocket. I'll give you guys that. Bukayo Saka today did not step up. He was not the best right winger on the pitch. The best right winger was actually Neto when he went on the right wing, and he ended up scoring that goal. And I'll give Martinelli a little bit more credit than Brendan did. I think Martinelli was one of our more threatening players. I felt Martin Odegaard coming back was good. I think Declan Rice was not fully to his best, and maybe that backfired on us. We shouldn't have played Declan Rice in the first place if he was not going to be at his scintillating best. And when Marino came on, we conceded right away also. So I really don't know what we're going to do with our midfield. That is going to be a problem in the foreseeable future. We 9 points behind Liverpool. Guys, we have bigger issues to worry about than just 9 points. Right now, we're not looking good offensively. We're not looking good defensively. And for majority of the 90 minutes, we look like we couldn't get up for it. It looked like at times we were playing for a draw. That's what was so frustrating. I was at the edge of my seat for the first half, hoping that these players would get themselves together for a 2-minute spell to try to show us something offensively. But it just looked like we didn't have any ideas on how we could get at Chelsea's attack, and it's really concerning. And I get it; everyone has been telling me all season it's been concerning. But the reason why I've been brushing it under the rug is because there's been context, there's been other reasons. But after the back of the Newcastle game and this game, it's very scary times because it could be the year from hell for us. I thought it was the year from hell for Man City. It could be the year from hell for us. We just need to figure out what we're going to do post international break and come back better. And yeah, the final thing I'm going to say. You always try to come with positives. Today, there's way more negatives. I can't really think of too many positives. Only one is that Odegaard's back.
Egal,
I feel like that's an exaggeration.
I didn't really look at it like that. I'll be real. I've been criticizing Arsenal a lot this year, but I
actually think we played really well. I think we played really well
for a while.
I think we were a better team, in fact.
I don't
Egal,
think
by the way,
one second.
We were the best team in my opinion.
Egal, first of all, Moreno come on after.
Let's just let me speak. He was going to say something.
First of all, Moreno come on after the goal. That was incorrect to blame him. And second of all, I've just got a question for you because I do think the league's done with Liverpool. But do you think that actually makes us as fans now and as a club like a smaller team than we're making out? Because did Man City say the same thing when we went 8 points clear of them? Or did they say we can still go and do it and keep going? I'm saying for myself because I actually think the league's done as well. But I'm asking you.
I'm not saying the league's done. I'm not saying the league's done, but we need to show something before I can believe that we're going to 100% get back into it, because we fully can get back into it. It's not ridiculous to say we can get back into it. It's just the performances that we're performing with right now.
Do you know what's interesting, Egal? Sorry to cut right at the end of what you were saying there. I don't think either team was better than the other one today. You guys can have your opinion. I think it was a really even game. And I think some could say Arsenal was slightly better. Some could say Chelsea was slightly better. It was even. I know you guys look poor in some of your away games recently. I don't think that was the same today. Now, what some people are going to do is they're going to couple them all into the same, go, we've got problems. What you saw today, and again, I keep saying it, you kids, and you all kids in here compared to me, don't remember peak Barclays. But you don't remember it. This is how it was when all the top teams used to play each other.
It's chess.
Someone earlier said, Caicedo dominated the whole midfield. He dominated when Chelsea were going through their phases of dominating the possession. Yeah. And then there's times where Arsenal did. This is how I've got this little gut feeling. This is how a lot of the top games between the better sides in the league are going to be for the forthcoming future. We have gone through a period in the last 5 or 6 years, especially in the social media era of the game, where every now and then one of us is good and the rest of us are crap. And when we get into these clashes, it's just sometimes two bad teams playing each other, and it's actually awful, even though there's more goals. What you saw today was two brilliant systems that cancelled each other out, that made it really hard for one another. From someone who didn't care about the result, I really enjoyed today's game. I was gutted when the final whistle went. I loved today's game.
100%, Terry. That's literally what.